A forgotten roll of film shot before the turn of the century inspired our musical accompaniment. The photographs resonate with music and stories. The cast of characters includes 3 generations of 4 families from 2 neighboring counties in rural Mississippi and a photographer from Texas. Wyatt McSpadden came to North Mississippi looking to photograph local musicians in 1996. Cody and I were excited to show him around. The musical families of the hills were at the height of their powers. We loaded up the Texan and headed out for an ideal Sunday. All the players were on the scene. We were up and rolling.
Bye-bye, baby. Everything is gone. Really moved to tell you, baby.
Other Turner's farm was our first stop. O.T., in his late 80s and a friend to all, was the last living fife player in Mississippi. His Rising Star Fife and Drum Band kept its local traditions alive, playing local picnics, festivals, and touring the world. Other gathered his family band of drummers in the front yard, wet his bamboo cane fife, and played a few songs for Wyatt and his camera before sending us down the road to Junior Kimbrough's juke joint. We crossed the county line and arrived at Junior's early. We hung around outside and waited for our friends, the Kimbroughs and the Burnsides. As the day darkened, Junior opened the club and the night unfolded perfectly. The Mississippi music was magical. Junior and his soul blues boys performed electrified, multi-generational cotton patch blues in their own unique style. There's nothing like family band roots music when each generation brings new influences and attitudes into the tradition, keeping it fluid and alive, adapting and evolving. Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, baby, bye-bye.
You can call back on.
You can call back on.
Well, I'm out on the road and I'm all alone. I got to find my baby before she do something wrong. I got to find my baby. I got to find.
Late that evening, R.L. Burnside showed up at Junior's, took the bandstand beer in hand, and tore the house down, closing the night out. Wyatt was so smooth nobody felt he was taking pictures. No one was self-conscious or posing. Wyatt had a cloak of invisibility. Once the PV amps were turned off and the jukebox was unplugged, Junior padlocked the door, and Cody and I parted ways with the Texan. Wyatt later shared a handful of photos with us. We did not see the rest of the shots until decades later. Wyatt's images were forgotten.
We go out drinking on a Sunday night, dancing in shadow of dirty headlights.
In 2017, Wyatt tracked us down in Texas and shared his forgotten photographs with us. The images stopped me in my tracks and blew my mind. The music that changed our lives was captured in these photographs. I wanted to set the music free. I wanted to record an album to accompany these photographs, illustrating what Mississippi music sounded like in 1996 and what I think it sounds like now. The fantasy of what could have been on the AM/FM push-button radio that day in 1996 was a portal into the new original songs we recorded for this soundtrack. Drunk Outdoors, Up and Rollin', Bump That Mother, and Living Free sing about our life in Mississippi, then now, reality and fantasy. Inspired by Wyatt's images, the prodigal sons and daughters returned to the Zebra Ranch to record. We trimmed back the wisteria, emptied the traps, and swept out our converted barn recording studio. The music is modern Mississippi. World Boogie is rooted, but spreads evasively, from the kudzu jungle grown over Junior's concrete slab and Other's porch boards through the Zebra Ranch's razor wire chain link fence. Transcending time and space, the music reaches out into the dark of night like the wisteria vine, looking for free-hearted souls to latch onto and wedge into the foundations of hate, slowly tearing down walls a generation at a time.
You're free to believe.